Hey friends, it's Libby with the Maple Leaf Barn, and today we are taking the dahlias out of storage and we're checking on the health of them and then dividing any other tubers that were in clumps that we need to divide into the tubers. I was just too tired to do it in the fall because I was very pregnant and very tired. So today I have a box of them that I brought outside. It feels really good. I'm outside in a short sleeve t-shirt. Look how cute this is. Shout out to my husband who got it for me for Valentine's Day. I do love flowers and coffee. Anyhow, we have a box of the tubers. Some have rotted, some have molded. I think that's just part of being a dahlia farmer, is that it just happens. And you have to take that with a grain of salt. So here I have a few things. I have two different sizes of trimmers, cutters, whatever you want to call these, clips, just to help with dividing this big chunk and other chunks that I didn't get to. And then these are like an example of Scooch. These are an example of what I've already divided. Honestly, I really hate dividing. That is not my favorite part of being a dahlia farmer. To me, it's just still a little daunting because I'm still newish at it. I'm sure after doing it for years, I'll get used to it. But I wanted to see here. This is actually, they're already starting to bud, which sometimes can be helpful in the spring when they're starting to bud, because then you can know what tubers are actually beneficial to separate. And here is my dog thinking it's really fun to interrupt our video for a Shiba view. Dude, can you please scooch? Nope, that's the wrong direction.
What should you look for when dividing tubers? You'll want to look for a head with an eye, a neck, and a body. Some tubers may have tails, but those can be trimmed off. Later in this video, I'll give you a close-up of the eye on the tuber and how I separate tubers, but here is the bird's eye view. Okay, let's travel to this past fall to see some of what I did then.
Baby is almost here. He's in here. And so we want to get started on this. Some of these tubers look huge, as you can see. This clump is going to take me a while. And then other tuber clumps look pretty small. So I'm going to walk you through what I'm doing and learn what you can. And if I make mistakes, we will see in the spring. There's quite a few ways of storing dahlia tubers over the winter, and I have not decided which way I'm going to do it. You could put them all in saran wrap, which seems so weird, and on a large scale that would not work, but on a smaller scale it would work. Or I might put them in wood chips inside of a dark tub, but you have to keep an eye on the moisture. Okay, so in any case, we're gonna wash, divide, and store. And I'm gonna just walk you through that and we'll see how it goes.
Here are the clumps after washing and as I sat them out to dry for about 3 days. I decided to store them in premium pine shavings, the flake kind, from Tractor Supply. And I put those inside the clear containers from Costco. This medium and storing method worked out pretty well to keep the tubers hydrated, but not too moist. I did lose a few tubers, but I attribute those losses to not allowing the tubers to dry for enough time before storing. We will probably do it for a full week instead of 3 days this season. Store them in darkness in temperatures between 50 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Here is a tuber with a clear eye I wanted to show you up close. Isolate the eye on the head and dig the clippers into the tuber mass. Keep repeating until you find no more eyes on the tuber clump. We repack these tubers back in those pine shavings with the exclusion of a few tubers that we will be taking for cuttings. I remember seeing something from Erin with Florette, and she said that you just have to be willing to get in there and cut up the chunk, and don't be afraid. You may lose a few tubers, but at the end of the day, you'll end up with some solid tubers with eyes, necks, and bodies that you can confidently know will grow a plant next season.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.